Did you guys lose all your money? What just happened? What just happened? I'm scared. Most of it. Okay, well that's not all of it. You can rebuild your wealth. It's okay. You can rebuild your wealth. The bar won me money. I won all the money. Oh, good for you. I think I won. Let's go! Hi guys. Good morning. I'm really tired. I woke up like stupid early today. I woke up at 8:50. My alarm was set for 11. I woke up at 8:50. I do not feel good, bro. I do not feel good. Hi, Terrazon. Thank you for the tier 1 happy 4 months.
Hey, Crow Lady.
Hey.
Good morning. I brought coffee, Tilda.
Yes! I need coffee, dude. I need coffee so bad. Oh. Welcome to stream. I fucking won the Gamba! Once in a lifetime. Once in a lifetime. 1 second. Oh my god. Year of the Tails? That's true. Well, no, because snakes have heads and tails. Sephi, thank you for the Prime Gaming happy 8 months. Welcome back. Thank you for your resub. Woo. 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 The TTS bot is so gentle. Hi, chat room. Hello. Hello. How do we check how much we have? I don't know. Well, if you bet on the tails, heads or tails flip, I think it's your channel points. At what point does a snake shift from neck to tail? Wherever that rattle thing connects. It got a really long neck and a short tail. Da da da. All the girls are girling, girling. All the girls are girling, girling. All the girls are girling, girling. All the girly girls. Sorry I was late to stream. I saw this tweet that I liked. It's like this trend with artists, and they're like never stop drawing, and they show like their early art and then their like recent art. And I wanted to do that with like a singing video. So I went back onto my first YouTube account and I dug all the way to the bottom and I found something from 2015. So I'm late because I was making a Twitter post. All vitamins. Where are my vitamins? Hello? Where are they? Bruh. Oh, they're over here. They're hiding behind my water bottle. I really think that you're the one who come around and game over me. Steady there, playboy. And I know. You been acting funny lately. You ain't got a light. Tell me how you're looking crazy. Can you believe 2015 was just I think under 10 years ago? It's just no, just over 10 years ago. 10 years ago. What? What? Don't remind me? Dude, I was just reminded. If I'm reminded, you are now reminded too. I'm sharing my knowledge with you. I used to be like, oh, I've been making videos for 7 years. Oh, I've been making videos. The first year I started saying it, I was like, I've been making videos for 6 years. And then I'm like, oh, I've been making videos for 7 years, 8 years, right? And then I just thought about it. I was like, I've been making videos for 10 years. That's weird. That's weird. Nuh-uh, it's still 2010. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Okay, our emote of unity today is Dankies. Dankies, please. Ooh. Oh, I just swallowed like a chunk of a peanut. Ow, that hurt. Hi Aku, hi Taruan, hi Gemini Ghost, hi Manga, hi Code X Cobra, hi Pants, hi Cat, hi Sammy, hi Shani, hi Bike, hi Morph, hi Stemphy. That is not Dankies. Uh-huh. Hi Sunwon, hi CJ, hi Jack, hi Earl, hi Reaper, hi that's not Dankies. Hi Port. Hi Ichika. Hi Long Beach Wukong. I know something ain't right. Hi Ferris Phoenix. I took a shower before stream. But I forgot to spray my leave-in conditioner in, so I'm just gonna hope that my hair dries correctly today. I'm really comfortable right now. I just showered and then I put my this is not like a what is this? My brother's girlfriend got me this for Christmas. It's like it's a big ass hoodie and it's like it's really ugly. It's like a what is it called? It's like a snuggie. It's like a snuggie, but it's like not it's like softer than a snuggie. I'm fucking comfortable. I wear this shit all the time when I stream now. It's like wearing a blanket. It's awesome. We wanted that stank. Ew! Ew! Yuck, bro. Ugh. Yuck. What? It's a pillow. It's a pet. It's a pillow pet. Do you remember Zoo Pals? Did you guys ever get Zoo Pals? I wanted Zoo Pals. I never got Zoo Pals at my house. I only got Zoo Pals at my friend's house. Does it have a hood? Yes, it does have a hood. Your age is showing? Okay. And Zoo Pals are fucking awesome. Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals make eating fun. My favorite Zoo Pal was Tyrone. They had names. I just know that I like the dog. I remember Webkins. I had a lot of Webkins. Webkins is not as fun as it used to be. I like Webkins. I liked the gem shop. Is Zoo Pals even that old? You should do yourself a favor and Google it. Let's see. I'll do it for you. Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals making fun. When did these come out? They were discontinued in 2014. Hello? 2003.
Hey kids, follow the bouncing plate. Oink, oink, zoo
Hold
pal.
on. I'm gonna play this on stream. What about those animal zoo book infomercials? I like those. I never got them. They were too expensive. My mom would not buy that shit from me. My account got deleted? No! Webkins is still around. It's still around, but it's like super like nerfed in like what it is. It's just like it's like a room decorator. You know what
Hey kids,
Shut up! Not until I pull it up on stream. Hold on. Hey kids. Okay, here we go.
follow the bouncing plate. Oink, oink, zoo pals.
On buzz, zoo pals, quack, quack, zoo pals. Zoo pals make eating fun.
When you clean your plate, then you see their face. Hoot, hoot, zoo pals.
Ribbit, ribbit, zoo pals. Woof, woof, zoo pals. Zoo pals make eating fun.
Zoo pals.
I love zoo pals. Zoo pals make eating fun. I completely forgot about this. You know what I really liked to do when I was younger? I used to like to watch commercials. Now I hate ads, but I would just watch like compilations of commercials. Like the infomercial commercials, like the ice cream inside of a cake pan, like that kind of thing. The Betty Crocker bacon fill. Oh, we're gonna watch this together. Here you go.
Here's some inside information from Betty Crocker. It's the most exciting thing you can do with the inside of a cake. Introducing the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill, a delightful new pan that lets you prepare a cake with all kinds of delicious fillings. Imagine the look on your child's face when you cut into the cake and
I want
there's his
that.
favorite flavor of ice cream or her favorite gelatin. And who wouldn't enjoy a cake filled with delicious fresh fruit? The secret is these 3 separate sections. Just pour your favorite Betty Crocker cake mix into the main bacon fill pan and lock on this special inner chamber. Now pour more cake mix into this base pan and put them both in to bake. When they're done, remove the insert, add your filling to the center cavity, and cover
that
it
just
with the
frosting?
base. In no time, you'll
Was
have
that
the
just
greatest
frosting
cake
in the
you ever
center?
made.
Making
That's
an
gross.
exciting cake with my Betty Crocker Bacon Fill is so easy, and everything's non-stick, so there's no messy cleanup.
These are the kind of desserts you'll find in the finest restaurants. Ice cream cakes, Italian-filled torts, even baked Alaska.
Whoa!
Or you can simply fill your cake with a different Betty Crocker cake mix. Just fill the inner chamber instead of the base. Now make all your cakes extra special. Make them Betty Crocker Bacon Fill cakes. You'll get the bacon fill pan, the inner chamber, and the base pan, complete with instructions and Betty Crocker
$19.99?
recipes. All for only
$19.95! What a
Guaranteed
steal!
to delight you or your money back. Call now and we'll also include this special dome pan that lets you make holiday cakes like this. Or give your
Whoa.
young baseball hero a celebration he'll never forget. It's yours free. Just pay shipping and handling. Plus, we'll give you over $5 worth of coupons.
Oh my
Good for
God.
your favorite General Mills products.
They
So
baked
don't
all of
delay. Order your
Alaska!
Betty Crocker Bacon Fill now.
To order your Betty Crocker Bacon Fill for $19.95.
Try it. Try calling them. To order your Betty Crocker Bacon Fill, call 1-800-765-2564. Just pay $19.95 plus shipping and handling. I used to just watch these commercials for fun. I'm serious. I had a lot of good times just watching commercials. You know what I'm saying? These 90s and 2000s products make me want to slam my balls into a heavy sliding door. Why are you a hater? The Shirley Temple Little Sweetheart collection, now in color. Where is that one? Shirley Temple commercial. Little Darlings. Oh.
From baby take a
Okay, sorry, pause. Is it not weird that really old people love Shirley Temple? It was like all old guys, and they were like, "We love Shirley! We want Shirley!" And she's like 4. Was that like, that's not a problem? Anyways.
bow to Curly Top and Heidi. America's favorite little darling, Shirley Temple, has been entertaining us for generations.
Oh, it's a problem.
And now, through this exclusive TV offer, you can experience the most comprehensive DVD collection of one of the brightest stars in film history. But you haven't seen Shirley until you've seen her brilliantly restored in black and white
color.
and in color. Presenting the Shirley Temple Little Darling DVD collection.
Oh, I know Education Connection.
Isa cool.
Con, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Okay, hold on. I'm working for an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great. Still gotta make more cash. Accreditation is what I'm looking at. When I get a degree, I will make a beggar's salary. So now I've got to see which college is right for me. I went on the internet and found Education Connection. I took some free tests to find out my direction. I'm making my classes online, getting my degree on my own time. Connection matched me with the right college for free. Get connected for free with Education Connection. Get connected for free with Education Connection.
Log on now and get.
And
your
then this
free
is such a
success
vibe
kit for
off.
$100. Log on now to educationconnectiontv.com. That's educationconnectiontv.com.
Hey, ooh, yuck. New cover, Education Connection, true. The main commercials I remember as a kid are the House Hippo and Yop ones. Both are strange. I don't remember House Hippo. What is? Oh, he's standing on my shoulder. He's standing on my shoulder. Okay, bye, dude. What's up, Glorpers? How's it sliming? Okay. House Hippo is incredible. I know Hungry Hippos, but what is House Hippo? Okay, well, I'm not Canadian, so I don't know House Hippo. House Hippo commercial.
It's nighttime.
Maxwell.
In a kitchen just
Hi,
like
Isa,
yours,
hi!
all is quiet. Or is it?
Toast. Oh my god, a
The
hippo.
North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests
Aww.
have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Hey, we need to rerun this commercial. We need to run that one again. We need to run this commercial now. I guarantee you, if you ran this commercial today, you'd have motherfuckers on the internet going, what is this shit I'm hearing about a house hippo? How do I know if I have one? Please, please bring this back. It's what our world needs. Anyways, yeah, I would just watch hours and hours of commercials for fun. Not kidding. Yop, do the Yop commercial. What is Yop? What is Yop? What are you people yopping about? Found education connection. I took some tests to find out my direction. Online. Getting my degree on my own time. The other one I really remember is the Stanley Steamers commercial. She's so cooked. I would watch this and then I'd watch like hours and hours of like toy commercials. Commercials for toys that I knew my family could not afford, but I wanted, so I just watched the commercials over and over again. Like you know what I'm talking about? The like Easy Bake stuff, and then they had Easy Bake for boys where instead of making cakes, you would make bugs and you could eat them. I wanted that. Education connection. I took some tests to find out my direction. I try to do I reposted. Oh dude, I love reposting videos on Twitter because I posted a video on Twitter from how many months ago? I made that back in like July or August and I reposted it and nobody called me on it. Nobody's like, I've seen this shit before. But I actually looked, people liked that video and I was like looking for the file for virtual insanity. I couldn't find it. And so I think it was during that time where I was making a short like every week and I was just like losing files because I kept forgetting to save them. And then I also like tried to get a new instrumental because that one's a ripped one, so I can't use it. But the new instrumental that I found doesn't sound good. So I was like, it's better that it's just a good short than a shitty full version. Moon Sand! Wait, I want to know what Yop is. What's Yop? Yop. Yop. Commercial. What is this?
Yup for when the morning come.
We did not get cracked out commercials like that. What was going on in Canada? What was going on in Canada? Our commercials were not as cracked out. What the hell? What the fuck? What the hell? Moon sand. Okay, sand. How have I been live for 30 minutes already? This is not possible, bro.
What feels squishy to touch, easy to mold, and fun to
I
hold?
put this in my
It's
mouth
Moon
one
Sand,
time.
and it's out of this world. Just pack it, squeeze it, tap it. Now you've got it. Have mom help, and with more sand, you can build a magnificent castle.
Not good.
fit
It
for
did
a
not
queen.
taste good.
You can use your own molds to make almost anything. Moon sand is not like ordinary sand. It sticks together and never dries out. You can play with moon sand again and again. In no time, you can turn moon sand into a wonderful creation. Make your own moon sand world. And look, moon sand.
What's that? What was that toy that existed that had it was like little plastic beads and you would spray them with water and then they would stick together. What was that toy called? It was like it was kind of like perler beads but with little orbs instead. Zorbs? What are they called? Zorbs? Were they actually called Zorbs? What are they called? Were they Zorbs? Zorbs. That's not a word. This is a Zorb. Aqua beads! Aqua beads! Aqua beads!
To make a face in aqua beads, all you do is just a little. Then we make some other ones shining bright and new. Don't forget them. It's aqua bead fun and simply done with a little, just a little.
Aqua beads art. Just add water.
So those got recalled for having chemicals in them that, you know, really shouldn't be in children's toys. But I had this one, and I remember putting it in my mouth a lot. And apparently the chemical that they got recalled for having is I guess it's like chemically similar to GHB. So they were like, yeah, we can't let kids play with these anymore. Why'd you eat all your toys? Bored. Forever chemicals. I didn't have any friends when I was younger. Do you not get that vibe, bro? I didn't have any friends when I was younger. My brother did not live with me. The only thing I did was like sit in my room alone and play with like little toys until I got access to the internet. And then I just, you know, was there all the time. I remember one day my mom let me play on the computer, and the first thing she let me play on was like these websites. They were like browser flash games for kids. I think it was called like Girl Games Go or something. I was addicted. I was addicted to that. I usually had supervised computer time. And then one day my mom was out of the house and I figured out what her password was and she came home and I had been on that computer for like 8 hours. And she kept changing the password and I kept figuring it out what it was and I just kept coming back. But I learned that I should be hiding it after the first time I got in trouble. So I would get on and then I would hear her come home and I would turn the whole computer off. And that was the start of my internet addiction. And I definitely still have it. I definitely still do it. Those old made for specific grade educational games were fire though. 4th grade was the best. I brought this up yesterday. I was talking to who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Spongy about this. There's this game that I have on my computer for some reason, like not the actual game, but I have a picture of it. It was a game about these bean things. I forgot what they were called. Hold on. Oink oink, Zoo Pals. Ribbit ribbit, Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals make eating fun. God damn it, I forgot what it was called. I just saw it yesterday. I have like a million things in my downloads, so sometimes I see something and then I never see it again. Okay, I don't know where it is, but I feel like you know what I'm talking about. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Welcome back from the ads. Fuck, what was it called? Were they like blue? Yeah, they had funny noses. CD computer game about beans. What was it called? I can find it. I liked a video on it recently. No, do you really? Oh my god, no way. You know what I'm talking about? This is awesome. No way, really? I'm lucky that I never got into like MMOs cuz that would have been really bad. Yeah, I definitely had like a childhood internet addiction. That's how I know for a fact that it's not a good idea for children to have unlimited internet access because I had unlimited internet access and I can tell you I don't think I turned out that good because of it. I think it was definitely that. I think that was definitely part of the problem. I'm still in my MMO phase. It's been 15 years. Get better soon, Psyche. Zumbinis! That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Sorry, this is my screenshot noises. Zumbinis. Zumbinis. Yeah, what was this game about, bro? Have you played Have you played The Logical Journey of the Zumbinis? What is this game? Zumbinis was way better than it had the right to be. You had thousands of odd little blue fellows with different combinations of facial features, and you had to shepherd them, a few dozen at a time, across a landscape comprising of 10 or so screens, each of which with some sort of logic-based minigame. You'd lose some on the way, but once you dropped off the survivors, you'd start afresh with a new load, and the puzzles would be a bit harder. Maybe this is why I like games like this. Maybe this is why I like this kind of game. What happened to that guy? What do you say? Damn. What did that guy say? What is this? What the hell? Oh, this is the wrong. Lol. Strong start. Before you ban me, wait, I want to read it. Create account created 2 hours ago. Strong start. Um Bro, I think this guy is special. He's like to be studied. It feels like AI generated. It's just so random. We magnetize in Zhonghai. Well, they can be studied in other chats. Okay, he doesn't feel like dealing with them. Fish is like if babysitters were allowed to throw out bad children. Yeah. Have you heard of like the dead internet theory where more of the users on the internet are probably fake than real? I just feel like sometimes people in Twitch chats are like not real. Like you cannot be real, dude. You cannot be a real person. Like you can see it happening on Twitter when accounts that exist to like scrape popular videos, they're like made almost completely with AI. Like it's an AI that skims for a video and it'll post a video. And then in the comments of the videos, it'll be other Twitter accounts that are, this is not exclusive to Twitter. This is on YouTube and like Amazon. They'll like be other bot accounts replying and having conversations with bot accounts. And then on Amazon, so many of the like reviews and shit, they're all like fake. They don't look real and they're not real. LinkedIn has AI too, like just random ass AI accounts. It's so weird. And then you can see them on YouTube as well. You'll just get like these random ass comments that like mean nothing and like it's just like a lot of words. And I'm like, these are not real people. These cannot be real people. No way in hell these are real people. Hi, Bello. I don't know, man. We need to have an AI account renaissance. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Just wait for the introspective 20 years from now when they figure out they were real after all and people just got dumb. Dude, people are so dumb. Like, not to be mean or nothing, but I think I talked about this when we did our Discord hangout last week, and it was like an hour of me talking about how dumb like our children are and how like a lot of 6th graders cannot read. And I think who said this to me? Somebody was like, I was like, how are they using social media? Because children are on social media all the time. Like they make up so much of social media. And somebody in the call was like, yeah, so what happens is they use text to speech to read comments and like replies. And then if they need to reply to somebody, they use speech to text. What? 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 And then I keep seeing these videos on TikTok of people going like, like they make like a it's kind of like a video essay. It's a short form video essay explaining something, right? And then they show ChatGPT as their source. Like this, I know this is true because this is what ChatGPT says. Are you serious? Are you serious? When did it become a search engine? I thought we were just trolling with it. I thought we were trolling. Bye, Earl. Have you seen the 30-minute AI slop Keanu Reeves fanfic video about him being an everyday hero? No, I have not. Just be polite to ChatGPT. Oh, dude. I use so okay, hear me out on this. You could tell me if this sounds bad, but I've always used this service called Grammarly because I'm a really weak writer. Like when I write things, I'm not a good writer. And so what I'll do sometimes when I have to write something a little bit more formal is I'll write my version of my response, like my email response, and then I'll ask ChatGPT to reword it for me. And that's like the only time I use that because it's free and Grammarly costs money. And I don't want to pay for it anymore. I used to pay for it in college and then I forgot about it after I left college. And then they got an extra year of me paying for it and I never used it. And I was like, bro, fuck off. And I never use that shit again. A year? Dash, I wanna dash, I wanna run it. Yeah, I always say polite. I say, like, I stay polite when I'm talking to any of the AIs. When I'm talking to the Alexa or I'm talking to ChatGPT, I always say please. Just in case they take over one day. Just in case, you know? Yeah, I don't know why they yelled at us in school for using Wikipedia. Wikipedia is fine. Like, I understand, like, you shouldn't trust Wikipedia as your only source because it's a amalgamation of other sources, but I would use Wikipedia to find the source material for the Wikipedia article. To 100 dash, I wanna dash. I use Reddit instead. That's how you get told to put glue on your pizza, bro. Dash, I wanna dash. Ask Jeeves. Is he even employed anymore? Do they still have Jeeves? I thought they fired his ass. Ask Jeeves. Because Ask Jeeves is just ask. The last articles on Ask say something about 2022. So I think they might have been bankrupted. Jarvis, fix my research paper. Dude, I feel like worried for our future generation of like college graduates, right? Because when I was in college, I knew of a few people who were in like medical majors and they were like they didn't know shit, dog. They did not know shit. They were like answering all of their stuff with AI and I was like, "So, are you going to end up killing an old person or like what's going to happen? Are you going to like give them the wrong meds cuz like you know, one time when you answered your homework, the AI told you to do this. Like, is this okay? Why are we propelling this? Is this not scary? I had a PhD student tell me they use AI to read and summarize their papers yesterday. It's awful. Oh, 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 oh. We're oomed. We're doomed. We're doomed! So ChatGPT said it's not a search engine. It's literally not a search engine. What is... I don't know why, like, people... I don't know what happened. Where's the disconnect? Like, where's the disconnect between seeing that this is, like, something novel and going, yeah, I'll just trust my life to this thing. They think it's smarter Google? Well, it's Google. Google ruined Google by putting that stupid ass AI search at the top because it's wrong. They spent money sending a developer out to like pull the wrong AI generated answers that it was generating rather than fix the AI or just get rid of it. It's so bad, bro. Isn't there like something going on? Okay, you might have to explain this to me a little bit because I don't know what's going on. But isn't there like something happened the other day where like a Chinese AI company just like released a whole bunch of stuff like open source for like the public and it tanked like American AI stocks? What happened? What is that? Yeah, kind of funny. What did that guy say? How are you seeing these messages before I do? How is it happening? How are you doing it faster than I am? Bye, new chatter. Bye. Sorry, I'm just looking at my unbanned request real quick, and I have a guy in my unbanned request. His message. So do you want his message that he got banned for was he was like, how much would you pay for Issa's IP? And so I banned him, and his unbanned request is, what did I do? I don't know. What did you do? Classic. Classic. I don't know, man. I've not unbanned like anybody. We don't really ban people for jokes anymore, but all the people who get like legitimately banned, I never unban them. If you know, you know. Get it right. If you know, you know. Yeah, so China has been locked out of the chip market for a number of years and managed to make an AI with a lot less hardware and for cheaper due to those constraints, and then they released it as open source. I believe in that. That's American to its core, bro. That's the free market. That is competition. Everybody's got to be more fair and play by the rules, or else somebody else is gonna beat you out and make a better product. That's why we don't want like the same company to own everything, because then they don't have competition. It's why I'm so excited every time I see like another platform going into like live streaming, because I want Twitch to have competition. I want YouTube to have competition, because when they have competition, they will end up making a better product for the rest of us. I want these fuckers to compete with each other. It's good for us. I got muted for being bad in the Discord once. It happens. We all make accidents. Sometimes, dude, I got scared this morning. I thought Frog peed on my bed. I was like really scared. She made some weird noise that sounded like pissing. And I was like freaking out. And I checked all over my bed and I couldn't find it. So I don't think she did. I think she was like licking herself or something. It just sounded weird. What else was the other thing I was gonna tell you that I was tweaking out about the other day was I was talking to Maya, and I was talking about how I feel like video essays have degraded in quality since YouTube like first started experiencing video essays, because a video essay should be 20, maybe 30 minutes, right? And it was like, cut and dry. I felt like all the sentences that were in a video essay were like there for a reason. And now I go to click on a video essay and it's just like so boring. Like it's so much filler because YouTube incentivizes you having a longer video than you having like good retention. So like what would happen was like you would have a short 20-minute video essay, and then the subscribers for that YouTube creator would be like, we want to see like a deep dive on this, and then they would come out with like a 50-minute video on it, right? Like, but only for specific video topics, not for everything. And I just feel like I can't get through a video because I'm wanting to watch a 20-minute video, and the only thing I'm getting is like hour-long videos. Ugh. The video essay channels I watch have only improved with age. Okay, put them in media share. Put the good ones in media share, because I'm tired of watching this slop. TikTok's shorts have ruined attention spans. I just have ADHD. It's always been like this. It was like this pre-TikTok. Not gonna lie. IMO, the video essay subject matters have degraded as well. There are some incredibly trivial topics around with very little to take away from them. I also feel like that's just like the nature of how long everybody's been on the internet. We've all learned a lot of stuff from just like being on the internet for so long. So it's like you have to find weirder shit to talk about. I don't know what we thought. I never learned anything. I am the same as I was 23 years ago. What kind of video essays do you want? Okay, my favorite things are like I really like SCP kind of stuff. I really like pop culture stuff. I really like stuff on true crime. I really like I my favorite video essay guy of all time ever is honestly internet historian cuz he makes videos on shit that I had never heard about before he introduced them to me, and then I really enjoy all of his videos. Please put them into media share so I can watch them and not watch slop. Ooh. Oh. May chance, perhaps, have you heard of Vsauce? I have. I used to watch a lot of Vsauce, but I have not kept up with Vsauce. I don't know if any of their newer videos are good. I think I stopped watching them like 5 or 6 years ago. Don't look at my tags. They're an Easter egg. Short video essays are really not for me. They often don't go too deep enough into my liking. Like I just watched a 2 hour and 15 review video on Chrono Trigger and it was perfectly paced and detailed. I don't want something so detailed because I want like a more surface understanding of something. Also, I like to watch these like when I eat and when dude, I have a little holder in my shower and I'll put on a little video essay and I'll watch a shower show. You should try it, bro. Remember I said I have a little bit of an internet addiction? So I want it to be 20 minutes because that's when I'm done with my thing. I spend too much time in the shower then? No, that's why I want specifically a 20-minute video because that's how long I'm there. Oh, my brother's texting me. He says, Happy New Year. Next level iPad kid? Yeah, you know what? I can't beat those allegations, honestly. I get 2 minutes of shower time. The hot water is busted. My hot water broke earlier last year. My hot water boiler like blew up. How's your water bill? It's fine. It's not paid for by me. The property pays for it. I don't give a shit. Not my water bill. Ugh. Okay, if you take short showers, right? I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question. Do you have short hair? Cause I got really long hair and it takes time to like wash all this stuff out. I have to shampoo my hair twice, then I condition it and I have to leave the conditioner in for at least 5 minutes. And then I gotta wash my whole body and I actually scrub. So maybe if you're only showering for 2 minutes, you don't get enough time to scrub. I really like to be clean. So I scrub and I use 2 different types of body wash. I use one to get rid of dirt, and then I have a chemical one that like smooths out these bumps that I get on my skin. So that's like a double process. And then like, bro, don't even get me started if I have to shave. Then it's like a 30-minute shower. I have little to no hair, and I take a 20-minute shower. I have to, like, ponder life. Yeah. I do now had longer hair. It took much longer. It takes a long time. Well, actually, my showers, I cut 5 inches off of my hair, and it has been shorter since I stopped, since I cut that off. when I used to wake up early for like high school, when I was like on a schedule, I only had 5 minutes to shower, maybe 7, right? And so I had my songs in my playlist specifically lined up in an order that I know, okay, after this song's done, I have like 4 minutes left. After this song's done, I have 2 minutes left, right? So like it was like a marker for when I need to wash something out of my hair and move on to the next step. I donated 12 inches of my hair back in July. I cannot donate my hair after I cut it. A, because it's really dry, and B, because it's bleached. Like, some of my hair is bleached, so they won't take it. They only want hair that is never been touched by color. Hey, take off. I take short showers, but my hair isn't super long, but it's like long. I really like being very clean. I tweeted about this and some people called me weird and some people said I was valid. So I think it's like a 50-50. When I'm dirty, like when I shower like every other day. I honestly need to go back to showering every day because when I don't wash my hair and it gets like oily, I get mad. I legitimately get mad and I'm in like a bad mood the whole time that I'm awake. I gotta go shower to like reset my mind. And the same goes for like, you know, I can feel like grime on my skin. Like I can feel like ick on my skin. Dry shampoo for in between days. I tried that when I was younger and I like had less time. Like when I was in high school and I had like 10 minutes to get out of the house in the morning. I tried dry shampoo. I don't like the like texture that it leaves in your hair. I cannot do dry shampoo. If I like have to go like maybe 3 days without a shower for something, I have to wash my bangs at the bare minimum because it's the pieces of hair that touch my face that piss me off the most. Wait, you shouldn't shampoo every day though? I double shampoo every day. I don't care, man. I don't care. That's what it takes to make me not have a headache. Just go bald. Honestly. Side part or middle? It's like in the middle of the side. Is your hair silky smooth though? It is pretty silky smooth. Today it's very soft. I just washed it. I washed it before stream. I regret not going bald during quarantine. My hair was so long during quarantine. It like weighed 2 pounds. It was heavy as hell. I've gone back to short, no part, just wherever it wants to go. I let it do what it wants sometimes. I let it move around. Do you know if you let your part like shift sometimes, like you let it go to the left, you let it go to the right, sometimes you do it in the middle, you're less likely to go bald? Food for thought. My mom, who was a hairstylist and owned a hair salon, recommended double shampooing for some people like me. My hair is just like, I have a lot of it and it's fine. And so the oil buildup just like makes it really heavy. And the only way to really clean it is to shampoo it twice. I did shave my head during COVID. Bald. I basically went for a crew cut during quarantine. Bald. Male pattern baldness cares not which way we move our hair. Yikes. Fuck it, man. Just go bald. Yeah. The double shampooing, I feel like I've talked about double shampooing so many times on stream, but it's so important to me. The first time you do the shampoo is to like get rid of most of the oil. And then the second time you do the shampoo is because your hair is so oily, it doesn't allow the shampoo to like suds up correctly. So the first wash is like it won't suds very much and you rinse it out. And then you take you don't need very much shampoo. I use like a quarter's amount of shampoo twice. And the second time you wash with the shampoo, it should get like super, super soapy. And then you like really get into like all of the areas and then you rinse it out. Try it. Try it and your hair will be so nice. You have to condition afterwards. None of this 3-in-1 bullshit. I do that every day now. Every other day now. Good. Good for you. Man bun all the way. I will 100% shave it all off one day. I just cannot do the pull over and or Homer nonsense. But I'm not there yet. You gotta check out those wigs, those man wigs, the hair installs. 15-in-1. I use it as toothpaste. There's a Dr. Bronner's. I think they say that on the label that you can use it as toothpaste. I use Dr. Bronner's to clean my piercings. And on the bottle it says you can use it as toothpaste. Bruh. Bruh. I would literally never show up in public again if I went bald. I'm being so serious. No, but that's your opportunity to get a really good wig. I have thick hair and it gets super oily sometimes. I have to shampoo 3 times. Bruh. Nah, I feel it. If that's what it takes to make my hair clean, I'm doing it. I don't care. I don't care. Wig maxing. Did you try it as toothpaste? No, I'm scared, bro. I use that shit to disinfect my piercings. I'm not putting it in my mouth. No. No, thank you. A lot of people brought down the 15-in-1 for the 3 months on the boats. Okay, that makes sense because you got to save space, right? You don't want to sink. I use a 2-in-1 for my hair, but it works for me. I think you just need to find what works for your hair. Mine is short and naturally healthy, so it needs very little. I mean, if you have super short hair, then you probably don't need to do much. You're mostly taking care of your scalp more than anything else, right? But I have hair, like a lot of it, so I gotta do very specific things to keep it healthy. If it cleans your piercings, imagine how it'll clean your teeth. Dude, flawless. I don't have any doubts that my teeth will be sparkling, but I think it might be too sparkling. You know what I'm saying? It's like making me nervous. A 3-foot long pompadour would be awesome. Ow! Who threw that rock? Ivy, thank you so much for the primer. I appreciate it. Thank you for your brand new sub. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Welcome in. Your smile would blind? Yeah, probably. Probably, something like that. All right. So today for the game, I'm just gonna briefly explain it before we start playing it. It's an interesting game. I don't actually know what genre of game this is, but it's called The Roottrees Are Dead. I saw like an ad for it, and I've been wanting to play it ever since. It's a kind of detective-y game, so I'll probably be yapping a lot through it. Expect nothing less. But I'm excited to check it out. And I'm gonna stream today for as long as I can. Ow! Locke, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. I'm really, really excited for the game. I'm gonna stream for as long as I can today. I have to go at around 6. 6 is like my pretty hard cutoff of when I gotta leave. So we have like 2.5 hours of gameplay today, and then we're gonna continue this game tomorrow. So I'm very excited. Before we start, I am gonna get up and hey, who threw those? Okay, I'm gonna get up after this. Is that the bar tax? Thanks for the 100 bits. What the hell? We throwing things? Stop throwing things. Don't throw anything at me. It's new. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is to any of you guys that celebrate, happy Chinese New Year, happy Lunar New Year. Okay, all on my face. Really, man? Okay. You think my brother? I hope my brother gives me money. I'm like significantly younger than him. So every year I hold out my hand and I go, money, please. Give me my money. Happy New Year. Give me my money. Gemini, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the gifted tier 1. I appreciate it. He has to. I know. That's what I said. What's the usual for a red envelope? A crisp Benji? It depends like who you're talking to. It depends on like how close you are to the family member. So like for an aunt or an uncle, you probably get like 10, 20 bucks. From your parents, sometimes it's like 100 bucks, 200 bucks. From grandparents, sometimes it's more. It depends. It depends on the family and it depends what year it is. Probably just like $2. I don't know. What? Nah, dude, the only reason I go to my family event, because I have my dad's side of the family has like Chinese New Year's every year. And I don't go anymore. But the only reason I would go as a kid is just because I'd roll up with a bucket and I'd just collect packets. Because I got one auntie over here. I got one uncle over here. I get one auntie over here. Another auntie, another uncle, grandma, grandpa. And I leave that hoe with like 300 bucks. Imagine. And then, like, you know, a cousin gives me like $2. Another cousin gives me like $5. Like my older cousins, I don't care. I'm taking it. That's adding to my grand total. You should be hustling. One year, I got my Chinese New Year money stolen from me. One of my classmates got kicked out because they were stealing from students. So during my music class, they would ask us to like put our backpacks in a pile in the corner, and that wasn't so good because then when people would get up to get something out of their bag, you couldn't really see them. And they could be going through somebody else's bag, actually. And it hadn't been a problem for like the first 8 or 9, 10 years my school was open before I got there. But apparently the year I was there, like somebody kept stealing from other kids. Like people would get their phone stolen, people would get their whole wallet stolen. And I just remember I went to open my wallet because I was going to take my money to the bank that day. And I just didn't have any money in my wallet. I was like, what the fuck? I never got it back, but that kid got expelled, so fuck you. I could have bought so much moon sand. And then I stopped carrying cash on me ever. I actually don't carry cash on me ever. Like, because I it was that time, and then one time I got pickpocketed. I got pickpocketed when I was in the city with one of my friends, and I was so mad. I was like, that's it. I'm never fucking bringing money anywhere with me again. Fuck this shit. You could have had a tier 3 sub to Issa Corva. I know. It was so sad. Keep the cash in your socks. True. True, true, true. If you don't carry cash, how are we supposed to swipe your dosh? You can't. That's the point. That's the point. You could try and get my Apple Pay, but you have to scan it. Some might even give you extra for it afterwards. That's nasty. Well, now you don't ever have to carry cash. Yeah, I really appreciate that we have become like a very cashless society. Because I don't like carrying cash, and I would rather just put it on my card so I know what I spent, and I know where I spent it, and I can see where my money is instead of, like, losing it randomly. I only carry cash because it helps me keep track of how much I'm spending. My object permanence is terrible. I feel like with cash, my object permanence is even worse because you have to have your receipt and you have to like remember where it is. If you just like start with good habits on like a card, like a debit card or a credit card, not saying you should open a new credit card or nothing, but it actually like gives you a digital like history of what you spent your money on. So if you check your money like every week on your debit card, you can keep really good track of it. I used to do that when I was younger and I had like 200 bucks total. Yeah, when I spend cash, it feels like I'm spending free money because I'm not paying attention to where it goes and what it's doing. Is your wallet protected from scanners? Yes. Make your mind, what do you take a lawyer on my mind all the time? I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. He says circa 2025, open a credit card. Hey, I like credit cards. I have one. All the time I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy, super shy. I had this really good app. I think it was called like Coin Wallet or something. I used it when I like lived on my own for like the very first time ever when I was like 15. And it helped me keep a really good track of like the cash and the card money that I was spending. I forgot what it was called. Coin Keeper? I don't know. Yeah, it is called Coin Keeper. And I like it because you have like it's like a very visual way of like tracking your money where you like have a source pool of it and then you have to drag from your source pool into your spending categories. Like you have to physically move it. It's like moving blocks around. The circle block goes in the square hole. Yeah, if you want to keep track of your money, I like Coin Keeper. It's like a one-time purchase and then you don't have to subscribe to it, I think. I don't understand how credit cards work, so I've never opened one. I still don't really understand how they work 100%. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just like understand them 90% and I don't owe them any money. So it's fine. I have a very disjointed experience with cash being from a country that hasn't really used cash in almost 2 decades and living in a country that almost exclusively use cash throws me off all the time. Yeah, that's crazy. I I feel that way when I go to Europe. Like, I have family in Europe, and when I go out there, they just hand me euros all the time, and I'm like, "I don't know what to do with this shit. I don't know what to do with this shit." Same thing when I, travel to Asia. When I go to Japan, Japan is, like, all cash. Like, the fuck do I do with this shit? I don't wanna carry this around. Make your mind. That circle goes into the square hole video messes with my developer brain so hard. Good thing I don't have a developer brain. I'm lucky. Okay, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get up and use the bathroom real quick and stretch my legs. I'm gonna run some ads so that the pre-rolls stay off for an hour during the gameplay. I will be right back, okay? You're not gonna miss any game. Get some water, stretch your legs, get a snack. I'll be right back, okay?
Was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it.
There once was a town that worked so hard, there was just no time for play. But that all changed on this one particular day.
The freaky bus is coming and everybody's freaking. New York to San Francisco and everybody's tweaking. The Gooning bus is edging and everybody's jorking.
Hello? Hello? I got a ibuprofen and I sat down with my cats for a little bit. So, good time. Bear and Frog were like, meow! And then I accidentally woke them up because I shook the ibuprofen container and they were like, oh, food. My bad. My bad. Did you bring enough to share? You want an ibuprofen, chat? You guys want one too? You want the CRT TV or no? Damn, it's jazzy and loud. Okay. Here we go. How's the run going so far? What run? I didn't play this yesterday. I feel like it's easier to read stuff without it. CRT TVs were never really known for their readability, huh? Damn, bro, my ears. Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Wait, now there's cat hair in my eye. Okay. Alright. Yes, okay. I'm excited! I'm the smartest detective ever! Okay. This says... Butler, Pennsylvania, the Roottrees are dead. What happened? The plane crashed last night near Pittsburgh. The only passengers were Carl Roottree and his 3 daughters, known as the Roottree sisters. Carl Roottree was the president of Roottree Candy Company, and it is not clear who will succeed him. So far, local police are not sure what caused the crash, but we are told an investigation is underway. They are calling it one of the most deadly plane crashes in Pennsylvania's history. All passengers and crew perished. Pittsburgh is generally known for pleasant flying conditions, and the weather was not atypical for this time of year. We do not know much at this time, but our sources tell us that the local authorities do not suspect terrorism. The crash did not cause any local property damage, and fortunately, nobody outside the plane was hurt. Funeral plans have not been announced, but you can be sure that the Butler County Times will cover it to the best of our abilities. Okay. So we get 2 options here. We get the Roottrees are dead, the mystery begins here, and Roottree Mania. This mystery will unlock once you finish the Roottrees are dead. Ah, interesting. Jesus. Louser, thank you for the tier 1 3 months in advance. I really appreciate it. Potato. Okay. I'm ready. We go slot 1. The Roottrees are loading. What if the Roottrees aren't dead? Then I can make them dead. December 6, 1998, I think.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors.
Oh.
Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
All of them? Oh. Hello?
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling.
Wow.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I'm a genealogy genie.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay. Complete the family tree of the Roottree sisters. Siblings are in birth order. Oldest to youngest. Examine my evidence. Search the internet for clues. Fill in the names. Fill in the occupations. Fill in the photos. I thought that said slut. I was like, why are you calling me a slut? Okay. I thought it was like, slut. And I was like, hello? All right. So this one is married. The oldest sister is married. Let's see. Examine my evidence. The person who hired you gave you this photo with the note attached. This was taken during a shoot for the Roottrees Sisters Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our names from the candy bars you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." My guess is that the youngest sister is on the left, or on the right, and then the oldest sister is on the left. But we'll take a gander. They look freaky. The one on the right looks freaky. Okay. What's next? This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. What the fuck? Okay. Roottrees. Lots of Roottrees. One of the girls' name is Candy. Candy Roottree. Good name. Okay. What else have we got here? Search the internet for clues. Welcome to the Information Superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56,000 modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high-resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use the Netscraper Explorer's new History feature. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. Got it. Thank you. Whoa. Let's see. Oh! I'm calling the internet. Hey, spider search. Can I search anything? What? Fine. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottree sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottree fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, "Rihanna is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS, but Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me."
Boo, did I scare you?
Ah! Oh my god, thanks. Okay. Thanks for the bits. That was good. I gotta give it to you. That was a good one. Hold this. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have some answers here. We have Rihanna, Riley, and Rose. These names are like, it's like the Kardashians. It's like Kim, Kylie, Chloe, but they're all spelled with the KH. Atrocious names. All right, so Rihanna is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child. So Rose is the middle child, Riley is the youngest, and Rihanna is the oldest. Rose. What? Wait, what? RHOSE. RHO. How come there's no... What? Okay, maybe she changed her name. So let's just do the other ones. Riley and Rihanna. Rihanna. Riley. Try without. Ooh, okay. Nope, no without. There's no Rose. There's only Rihanna and Riley. And she got married to Okay, let's see if we can get more information. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of a candy company and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. They do modeling for her brand, Root. I eat Root Tree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps and try to dress in plaid root. Clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. The website's author continues talking about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. Okay, let's look for the let's look for the middle one. I want to know why I can't find her. Rose Roottrees is not as popular as her older sister's Rihanna, but is still very well known. Most of the time they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. Can't find what you're looking for? If someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, Oh my god. I haven't heard that in forever. Jesus. Valid. No, yeah, that's real. It's been like I've not heard that in forever. Oh my god. That scared me. If someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make a note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize and search for them. Okay. Well, let's go back to the Roottree sisters. La la la. Rose. TMS. Okay, let's see if we can do... TMS is a common abbreviation for the early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onwards. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role on the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of his tabloids for his suspected drug use and more recently his relationship with Rihanna Roottrees. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. I guess that's legal. Tommy Mark Sheridan. Okay, nothing. Well, we'll take this. Does Command C still work in this day and age? No. Whoa. Mark? Tommy? Sheridan? Thomas. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan. Why did he change his name? Hi, baby. Hi, Froggy. Do you need something? Mom is working. Hello. What do you want? You want to sit with me? You can sit in my lap. Guys, Frog is here. Please say hello to Froggy. Hello, baby frog. I love you. Ooh. Mwah, 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 mwah. I love my baby. Okay. Well, I guess he's Thomas Sheridan because that was his first credited role was as Thomas Sheridan. So let's try the oldest sister first because she's the easiest to find, right? Rihanna. She's the oldest. Okay. Can I look up her name and then the word root? Okay, let's look up root. Always has a period after it, even if it's not at the end of a sentence. The period is part of the name, is a clothing company that makes clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now, you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Rihanna." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year everywhere since 1984, and Rihanna appeared on almost all of them. There is only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Oh! She just wanted to match her sisters. Oh, Carly. Okay, so that's all figured out. She was forced to match. Oh, dang, that's sad. Well, we can pretty safely assume that she's a model, right? Let's look up this sister. Search. You discover a trivia page that lists common trick questions. The answer to what are the first names of the famous Roottree girls lists the answers Rihanna, Carly, and Riley. The explanation below the answer states that Rose was originally born Carly Rose Roottree. Apparently, her parents had planned to name a son Carl Roottree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. Sometime in the early 90s, now a preteen, Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had RH names, and she was the odd one out. This is when she began to go by her middle name. Ooh. Well, how am I supposed to find what they do for work? Roottree sisters. Root catalogs? Catalog. Let's look up their mom. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White official. The auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree and started designing classic clothes, or clothes for Root. It's the blue and white dress. Brenda White. Okay, no more. No more information here. Bro, I don't think we're getting this job. I can't do this. How do I know what they... Whoa. Whoa. My guess is that this is the oldest one. And that this is the youngest one. But I don't know what they do. How do I find photos of them? Okay. Damn it! What was that girl's name? Rihanna? Am I spelling that right? No, I'm not. Wait, what? R-H-A-Y-N-A. A-Y-N-A. Chat, help! No! Alright. I'm gonna search for maple crisps. Whoa. We'll come back to this. No way. I don't wanna. Read the first paragraph again. La 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 la. Riley's the smart one, and Rose is a middle child like me. Oh, she's professionally unemployed. Yes! Oh, are they all models? I guess they're all models. Oh. Model. But one of them is smart. And how do you know which one is which? Can I rotate this? Can I flip it over? Can I just guess? I feel like I know. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh. In plaid root clothes like Riley does. Riley was the youngest. Riley. Oh, I was wrong then. Wait. This one has to be... Hold on, I was wrong. This is the oldest sister. She's the only married one. She has a wedding ring. Yes! I'm awesome. Whoa. Just found out about you for the first time by listening to Virtual Insanity. I'm shook. Instant follow. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm so smart. You've also locked the following optional entry. Sheridan Thomas. Huh? Oh, it's the husband. Was that optional? Booyah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
I'm hired! Oh, okay. Sorry.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial.
I love money.
Life-changing.
I love
even.
money.
But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Guys, I got a job! Let's go!
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
What's a blood relative?
Anyone related only by marriage is optional. But filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Oh, okay.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees.
Okay.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
I can do it. I was already... Whoa.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out...
Kill him?
I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
How much do you want to bet that she's on the family tree and she's trying to get it done because she's on the family tree somewhere? Wild how the game of the year came out in January. This is so my Jan slot. Okay, the Roottree Candy Company was founded in 1908 by Elias and Gwyneth. Okay. Let's go hunting. Let's see, what do we got here? The Roottree's 5-piece. Cool chocolate, so strawberry. Power plum. Wait, what's this? Intuition. You've been in this line of work for a long time. So long, in fact, you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notable list sets off alarm bells. A lot of famous people that you can find via search engine, but it's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying relations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason a certain evidence has such a high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Whoa. 11. There's 5 flavors, because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love them. Bad blue raspberry, awesome apple. Radical new flavors, but it's no longer the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? I love elderberry. Stop shitting on elderberry. Okay, let's do our notable root trees first. Carl root tree. Where is he? Who's Carl? Your father, right? Your father, because these are the siblings. Their mother was... Hold on, I got this. History. Brenda White. Brenda White. Okay. And then the father was Carl, right? Carl Roottrees. Yes. Carl. Occupation. What did he do? He co-founded a company. He was a president. La. Carl was an incredible man. What do I put in? CEO? President. Oh, which president? Well, he would have to be the 5th because he's the most recent one, right? What is this? Ooh. What the fuck is this? What is a periodical? Oh. What the fuck is this? Okay. Okay. Elias and Gwyneth. Okay. Well, if I don't have any pictures of them... What's this? Don't know where to look next? If you're completely stuck, try talking it through with your rubber duck. If you have unseen evidence, you should definitely look through that first. Well, thank you, rubber duck. We're gonna make a highlight of that. Red Roottrees, Jim Roottrees, Lauren Roottrees, Miracle Jr. Okay. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6th, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who said they would be who they said would be the easiest family members to place. They said they would return in the time it took to fill out 6 more blood relatives. Okay. Well, we have looked at all of our evidence now. Let's start with these guys. Spider search. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna search for them one at a time. Whoa. What was that? my printer. Oh, sheesh. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Roottrees Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any sites about Elias and Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Elias and Gwyneth are on the notable Roottrees list. In your evidence, they will be marked on the chart with a star. Okay, cool. Well, he would be Elias, Gwyneth, Elias, unknown name, Gwyneth, right? Gwyneth, is she Anderson or Madison? We'll come back to this. Elias. What does C stand for? President. Preacher. President first. Is that not right? There's also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing the 5-piece, a popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. After 5 pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional details. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottrees Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there is a long list of great accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson, Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. What does that mean? We'll come back to this book thing in a second. Business Watch. Whoa. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They have been around for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to prominent businessmen who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year: Elias Roottrees and Carl Roottrees. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodical search. Roottrees. Oh, okay. Elias Roottrees was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Okay. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. That's the fashion brand, I guess. The cover and a summary of the article have been added to your evidence. Yo, old guy! Whoa. Watchman of the Year. Elias Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of 5 pieces. Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company was barely profitable. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children, 4 more to go, leading to Elias inventing 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 5 pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh markets. 5 pieces are rolled out to all of New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. The Roottrees Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. With the help of his son, Elias Roottrees Jr., Jr.'s architecture firm, a new industrialized factory and warehouse is built in Butler County, production is tripled, and worldwide distribution begins. There's also a What's Next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clance Trust? What is that? Clance Trust. The Clance, pronounced Clansed. Oh, my bad. The Clansed Trust is a highly unusual corporate agreement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottrees Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never fully been disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. The Clansed Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances written into it. Still, there have been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer on the Roottrees versus RPR in 1994. While looking into the Clansed Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. Okay, these are all things we need to search, I guess. Highlight. Okay. Highlight. Okay. So, okay. Hold on. Go away. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is a magazine for and about corporate leaders and has an ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. There's a brief history. Before they were married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. And when Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Rayana's new clothes were a hit with the other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree, a notable singer, who had a daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. Okay. By 82, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become the president of Roottree at the time, spearheaded Root. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid his investments, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Damn! They're fake as fuck! Classic, man. Classic. As per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. I see. Fake ass family, fake off family members. They hate you. They actually hate you. Beautiful. Once you verify this relative, how do I verify him? He has a cousin. That would be the person who is... Always use a person's most recent occupation. What is he? He's a founder? What does that mean in terms of... Well, he's dead now. Okay, yes, that's true. But what is he called? He just paid for stuff. What do you count as? Sugar daddy? Investor? Businessman? Okay. I want more information on the wife, Gwyneth Roottrie. Because we don't know what her family name is. History. Elias. We'll swap that out for... Nope. Gwyneth. Gwyneth Roottrie. She had to have a name beforehand. The first Anderson Maple Farm. Okay, she was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm, so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to 5 Pieces, which is still found in stores in these days. Though the Roottrie Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Okay, so her job is housewife. That's so depressing. Anderson. Gwyneth Anderson. Housewife. Yatta! Goodbye, Ichika! Ooh. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entry. White Brenda. Booyah. Whoa. What's that? You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Okay. So we've got his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, as priorly mentioned. He has 5 of those guys. Whoa, what's this? They split up. Okay. Let's go back to our notable list. We've done Carl, we've done them. Let's do Gwyn. Who's Gwyn? Whoa! You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwyn Roottrie is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know? Trivia. Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrie, the founder of Roottrie Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottrie, but her father took her mother's famous last name, which was quite rare in those days. Ew. Ew. Okay. So... this is a daughter. This is a daughter of some sorts. And this is the one that split up. Because as I can see, there's only... oh, wait. Well, if this is her father, this is her grandfather. Okay, so in terms of, like, which generation she should be this generation. So this girl's name is probably, Gwyn. Gwyn Roottrie. Actor? Right? Conservatively, I can say that she was an actor. Who did she divorce? Divorce? Okay, back. She had a highly publicized divorce. Who did she divorce? He's not important anyway. He's gone. Evidence. Evidence board. Evidence board. Dang! You divorced her! Fumble. Fumble of the century. Fumble of the century. Oh. Damn. Crazy ass fumble, bro. Does that mean she's available? She's dead, bro. Well, I guess we can find her children and then find her husband. Split up. Let's look up her movies. Guys Like Us. Search. Guys Like Us is a 53 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues, starring Gwyn Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Did you know? Trivia. The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the two women are men similar to other men, or that men are fond of them. That's awesome. Okay, did she end up marrying this guy? Harrison Lane, la 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 la. Oh, he's a dead end. Okay. Well then, that's fine. We'll go back to her other movie. I guarantee you she married somebody she worked with. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie about World War I released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwyn Roottrees had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening have ever been found. Damn it! Okay, we'll go again. Let's see. Gwyn Roottrees. This would bring something up on Google. I'm just saying. I guess basically we get to place her and nobody else from her family right now. Okay, let's go back. Let's get rid of the other ones. Let's do this guy. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red. Are you trying to tell me this is a red herring? Was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate, he claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. Then how is he... What? He wouldn't be on here at all, right? He shouldn't be on here. Bro, he hates Irish people, L. Oh, okay. That's funny. All right, Jim Roottrees. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and the Diamonds with his wife Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to their disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic-y than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 96. Okay. Search. Okay. Never mind. We only found something for Jim. Let's search for his wife. La la la. I want her. Who is this guy? Whoa. Whoa, she's so hot. She's cunty. As seen in MMM, only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet. Okay, so great-grandson. We're looking for, like, this generation of people. So he would be cousin to this guy. Because this is son, grandson, great-grandson, right? Damn. She was hot. Did you see that? I don't know why I was able to take a picture of both of them. Because a picture probably means it's... Are they related? Are you guys cousins? Rollin' On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in '79. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflations and civil unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its plays came from roller discos. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much plays anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you've never heard of it before now. The image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, "Only the greatest grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet." And it is credited to Peter Janowicz from MMM. Let's see if we can get an interview from this guy. Modern Music Monthly. Copy. What was this guy's name? Jim Roottrees. Okay. I'll review an interview from '79 titled "A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim Goes Into His First Band." Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were C&J and J&D. With my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. So the four of us had a sort of cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her and Jane's other sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Oh my god! Oh my god! The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then, we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Rollin' is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he came up to me and he said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started Raffer Tunes, and he's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the wall over the record player. But I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay, so if we look into Clark, we'll probably be able to find his dad because Clark grew up with his dad, right? Ow, my back. Okay. Clark, Roottrees, Diamond. What was his? Diamond. Jane. So we're looking for Jane and Clark. Let's come back to this. Let's go back. Jane. Jane Del Vecchio is listed on a talent for hire site as a wedding singer. Way down in the credentials section for her biography, it mentions that she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. It also mentions to only contact her agent in the event you actually wish to hire her, and that all inquiries about her past or her sister will be ignored. Whoa. Let's start here. Okay, nothing. All right, go back. Wait, go forward. DeVelcio. DeVelcio. Diamond? DeVelcio. Nothing. Wow, her name must have been something else before. Let's see if we can find her on the tree. Okay. Diamond LaRue. Okay, she's listed as Diamond LaRue. Whoa! What's this? Okay, siblings and then wait. Weird. So we should have in here somebody who like didn't hang out with their family. What's this? Don't care. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the brothers. Wait. There was more here. Jim Roottree is on the notable Roottree list in your evidence. He will be marked on the chart with a star. Wait, he will be marked on the chart with a star. Jim, right? Wasn't he the same generation as this guy? Only the great-grandson. We're looking for a great-grandson that would be in this. Yeah. Granddaughter? Great-grandson. Okay, so he's gotta be this one. That's him. What's his name? Jim Roottree. It's either Jim or James. James Roottree. Diamond LaRue. I have a picture of her. Okay. Damn, she looks a lot like this other lady. There's a play button under the album picture. Lyrics contain no clues. Don't care. Jammin'. This was not a top 20s hit. Whatever, we'll leave it on. Yeah. Okay. We're looking for Clark. Clark Roottree. No Clark? Walked in on Clark in bed with her and Jane's other sister. Oh, there's gotta be another sister there. That's the one she doesn't want to talk about. That's funny. Okay, so Raffertunes. Let's go check Raffertunes. Yeah! Got it. Okay. Who called me? What the fuck? Chat, 1 second. I think I got a package. It's my whisk. It's my new whisk. Thank you, Kate. All right, let's see. Woo, whisk! A website about Raffertunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. Wait, what the fuck? LaRue? Clark LaRue? What do you mean? But did he keep her last name? Do you even work here? Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. On it, there's an about page. You find a picture labeled inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below that is more details. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. When his wife was trying to get the youngest, Katrina, to calm down for a picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. What? Rafferty? Oh, he's balding! Oh. Oh my god. We don't care about the children? Just her and him? Why is this child so upset? Oh, you can take pictures of them. Okay. I guess he still belongs on the page? Rafferty? Hold on. Clark. Why is he on here? Yeah, wait. LaRue, Kim, and Jane. LaRue Diamond? Wait. I'm confused. Hold on, we'll come back to this. Kim. No? Huh. What the hell? Who the fuck is Kim? Maybe these are children? Because he's the Rafferty LaRue's. Who the fuck is Rafferty? Okay. We'll come back to Jim. Jim is confusing me. Let's do Lauren. Lauren! Author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. Hi, Wolf. We are investigating a family tree. I'm trying to put this family tree together. Everybody died, and they're saying they'll give me money if I put their family tree together. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. To little fanfare, when her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted that she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965, A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with her with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and social lights all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to most modern audiences, it has found a new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Dang. Okay, so I guess this is that guy's mom. This is who changed the name to Rafferty. Well, I mean, well, let's see our evidence board. We got something out of that, I think. Right? La 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 la. Who was the last guy? This guy. Rafferty, right? Raffertoons? Rafferty? Bookmaxing. I'm actually reading hard as fuck right now, bro. Jim and the Diamonds. He used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mentioned an album called These Times. Whoa. Okay, so if they're cousins, and he's a Rafferty, and he has 2 children, right? We're looking for... Does he have a brother? I wonder if he has a brother. Because if he doesn't have a brother, then he would be... I think he's over here, maybe. This guy's not as relevant, is he? Married, split up. Guardian, adoption, or otherwise. I'm confused. Where does this guy go? What? Brug. A band called CJ and J and D released one single called These Times. Somebody with the username XXX Diehard Dazzler XXX scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentioned that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about XXX Diehard Dazzler, the band, or the single. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is available. Yes! Where's my track? Let's play it. Folk style songwriting. Catchy. He looks like Shaggy. Goodbye. What is this box? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. I like this. This is good. Okay. I'm getting distracted. These fucking songs are distracting me. Damn. Let's see. Back to these. Who's Jim? Okay, we placed this guy. And then... I think we placed her. Let's do Lauren. She's a distant relative. A life between wars. Let's try that. A life between wars. What's her name? Lauren? Lauren. Whoa! Found it. Lauren Roottrees, A Life Between Wars. Excerpts from the Diaries of a Roottrees. Oh. The notes... It sounds like Kermit. I love your automatic printer. So do I, honestly. I'm enjoying this. The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable Roottrees list. She is marked on the chart with a star. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II, while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. Okay, that gives us context. She never remarried and she had one child. Does that mean that they're split up or married? Just because he died doesn't mean they're not married, right? I think. What is this? What in the fuck is going on down here? What the fuck is happening right here? I'd assume split up is divorce. Yeah. They may have all died. Well, you know what? You're onto something there. My guess is that this is her up here because the other options are over here. This person went on to have 2 kids. This person has 1 kid, right? So it could be you. But the thing is that what I noticed is that she's writing about someone named Clark. Clark. Free spirit. He wants to be a musician. La 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 la. I'll read more about this, but I think that this Clark is the same Clark as this Clark. And Clark obviously goes on to have 2 children. And he obviously has some issues with his girlfriends. Yeah? Because he... And the mother references him and Danielle. Danielle is not one of the other girls that was mentioned before. So that was probably the first spouse. Then the second spouse. And he had a kid with the first girl. And then he remarried and had 2 kids. I have a feeling that this is that girl. I think this is her. Lauren. And her husband's name was James. This person is used somewhere else in the family. Morden? James Roottree. That one's James Roottree, very clearly. And this is James Morden. He would be here. Author? Author? Yes. And then we've got what I can assume to be Clark. Clark Rafferty, because she changes her name. Rafferty Chris, Rafferty Jacob. Chris. Jacob. Katrina. Wait, why are there so many children? There's another Rafferty. Who else is Rafferty? Can I look up Chris Rafferty? Chris. Did I spell that right? Probably not. Rafferty. Rafferty. What the fuck? Maybe there's some that are wrong. Because I was just counting the other Raffertys, right? And because he's got three kids of some sorts. And there's Jacob, there's Jessica, there's Katrina. Katrina is his daughter. Katrina is, I think, the youngest daughter. I don't think she has a job. I'm pretty sure she's a child. So, right? Katrina, his youngest. Katrina. Katrina Rafferty LaRue. Rafferty LaRue. I assume this girl's name is Jessica. Child. Occupation child. Okay. Well, we'll come back to these girls. I assume these are his children. And whoever this spouse is over here, this is his wife. I don't know who she is. But prior to that, I think whichever sister wasn't Diamond is his unknown spouse. What was her name? Ugh. LaRue? But wouldn't that mean that he... Oh, this is the sister! This is Kim! This is the one that he cheated on the other sister with. This is Jane. Jane was first. He probably has a child with Jane. And then he cheats on Jane with Kim. That's the third sister. And then he stays with her and has 2 kids with her. Messy! Messy man! Oh my god! Jesus. Okay, let's finish checking this out. La la la. Jacob, she had 1 child. You glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Okay, let's double check that. She would be a granddaughter, right? So, parents, grandparents. That makes sense. And she does come from the father's side. Okay, that makes sense. How do you come from one side of the family or the other? On her father's side? Because these are all the same children. These children all have the same parents, no? Here's a second picture of him. You know, third wife's the charm. Means her dad was a Roottree, not her mom. Well, then all of them are a Roottree through the father because the mother married in. Anyways, let's see if I can find James. I want to find James Morden. Nope, nothing. All right, my bad. Her mother's family was called the Coselles, but she hardly ever mentions them. Cosell. Lauren Coselles. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottree Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clanstead Trust. Oh, we read about him earlier! The Clanstead Trust. The Clanstead Trust. Clanstead Trust. Head lawyer. Clancy Edward Roottree. Head lawyer. Clancy Edward Roottree. Head lawyer. Okay, so this is her father and probably, okay, yes, got it. And then she has some sort of, she has a mother of some sorts. Coselles. Let's see if there's just one name for Coselles. That would be nice. Cosell. Yep, Cosell Sarah. Okay, perfect. That's her family. Wow, I got most of her family there. Let's see if we can't check out the rest of this. I need to get through this this book. I keep getting stopped here. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 pieces. The first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. Yes, he was. Wait, which candy was he? Roottree Clancy Edward. We'll come back to this. The next generation is Lauren's generation, and the younger generation after her is called the Free Spirits, including her son. We'll come back to this. I just want to see, what's his name? Clancy Edward. The fuck? Clancy Edward. These look so good. These look like fucking, these look like, the Scooby-Doo gummies. These look like they would be scrumptious. Clancy? I want to Google her dad. Hold on one second. Whoa! Lots of individuals. Okay. Lauren's diary contains some labeled picture. This is the next generation. In an attempt to recapture the spirit of the five pieces photos with our generation for old times. Oh, this is her family. This is Lauren's photo. Eli. Whoa. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair. Miracle made it in since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. Wait. We should go. Let's pause this and come back here. Miracle Jr. That's a 5-piece. Miracle Jr. does not go by his full name in promotional materials. Instead, he has shortened it to Miracle Jr. Miracle Jr. is a televangelist who's part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States. According to a website called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. All right. A news expose revealed it was his wife, Edith's sister, in a disguise. The author also mentions that Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. He has since lost his television show and instead goes on tours across the southern United States, where he was not well known before the scandal. Miracle Jr. Miracle Network. Let's go check this out. Nice. Miracle Jr. Miracle Roottrees arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Why did you have this kid? With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. Bro. 23 years later, Miracle Roottrees Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel. Oh! At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottrees name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England and has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. The people that don't know he tried to defraud the public. The power of the Lord coming to a town near you. So, he's not a 5th piece. Miracle Jr. is not a 5-piece. He's the son of one. Miracle Roottrees. He would be the youngest. Wait. Children are sorted youngest on the right. So this one is Miracle over here. Miracle Roottrees. And then he has a son, right? And the son is a person that we know of. So this one would be Miracle Jr. Nice. Okay. And we're looking at this. Wow. Wow. Miracle Third. Dude, ally! Witness the power of the Lord in summer of 96. 3 generations of miracles tour featuring testimony from world famous Miracle Jr. and a special appearance from Miracle Roottrees in his 68th year on God's earth. Children now welcome. Celebrate with your pastor, Miracle Third, and his wife, Nicole. Got it. All right. So we're going to go back here, and we're going to look for a Nicole. Ooh, we don't know which one, though. But we do know that this junior is this one, and that he has a son named Miracle the Third, and he is this one. Miracle the Third. The third Miracle. Youth pastor. Should I look him up? What options do we have? Let's see. Media mogul? What do they consider him? Preacher? That's not even in here. Oh, thank you. I was writing pastor. Whoa. Scammer. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked in. Woohoo! Cosell Sarah. LaRue Diamond. LaRue Jane. LaRue Kim. That guy. That lady. That guy. That woman. Booyah.
You're on a roll.
I'm on a
I'll try
roll!
to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Hold on, 1 second. I gotta turn the lights on in my room. Dude, I'm so excited that we get to play this all tomorrow. This is gonna be so fun. Okay, I gotta turn my lights on. It's dark. Alright. Ow, my hair.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also
Hey,
found some important looking papers.
Cool. Paris. Shiva candle. Isn't that a Jewish holiday? Shiva?
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Girl, I'm pretty sure I found more than 9. I found exactly 9. Never mind. Fuck my chungus life. Is this not James? Is he Jim? Oh, it's because I don't have a musician. Dang. How do I verify them? When do they verify? I was right on these, but I was not right on these. Oh, they don't have jobs yet. They're children. Children don't have jobs. Well, we'll just plug those in and see if they're right, because whenever it verifies next, it'll count those, I guess. Shiva is a Hindu deity? Alright, my bad. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Whoa. Let's finish this first. I want to make sure we're not missing anything here. La. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. You had 3 younger brothers? Okay, those are not in our responsibility tree, so not my problem. Those are probably her mother's children. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped that she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me, even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill William. She's the first Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, I could make my own way in... could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me. And now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by a terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwen. Wild Bill William Yeehaw! Alright, this is some context. We're looking at... Auntie... she had Aunt Margot. Let's see if there's a Margot around here. Where was her? Where was the lady? How come she went away? You. You have a mother. Your mother's name is... Margot. Rootree Margolite. What the hell? That's probably a nickname, right? Okay, if she's a root tree, then she goes here. Margot. She had a mother, Margot. What was your spouse's name? Wild Bill William. Let's look up Starlet. Let's do this first. Starlet was a magazine that started with the colorization of film and went around until 1964. Generally, it was a tabloid with a focus on famous actors and actresses. It didn't go into any other aspects of filmmaking or Hollywood news. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. I need this, and her name was Gwen. Gwen. Yes! Wild Bill Williams. This is what I want. Copy. He had multiple affairs. Fuck him. The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a family name, a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Rootree has power. My husband simply goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name that he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one. But Wild, combined with the alliteration of Williams, is incredibly memorable. All right, let's... First of all, her father's name is Cornwall. Something Cornwall. And he's not important because he's just a dad. He's literally just a dad here. So we're just going to look for Cornwall. Linus. Your father's name is Linus. And we're looking for Wild Bill Williams. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared in adventure movies called Fortune Favors the Grave, which had yet to be released for home audiences. You don't find any additional information about that film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There is a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and that she was already aware of his reputation. He grew up in Paris, France, and he returned there often. I have a piece of evidence called Paris. Where is my Paris evidence? Here we go. Here's a bonus. When I pulled out the water-damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Couldn't make it to the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. How much you want to bet that this is her son? And this is her husband? Let's see. First of all, good for you, bitch. You are slaying. Maybe it's her sons. I think it's her sons. She has 2 boys. Wild Bill Williams. What is that guy's name? He was really wild to cheat on her. Yeah, she's hot. She was pregnant again. Wild Bill. Can I get Wild? Okay. Wild Bill. Okay, you have to do Wild Bill Williams. Let's see. Fortune favors the grave. Okay. What are these children's names? Okay, we'll come back to them. Let's finish this. Aunt Margot. Yeah. Maybe if we check here and we look up Wild Bill Williams. Yes! Walter Forsythe. Here we go. Walter Forsythe, you sleazy bastard. Okay, so these children might have his last name. Or they might have hers. Let's see. Forsythe. Nope, they took hers. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck you, Walter. Alright. La. He had been seen in public with lots of blondes. He's a whore. One of his first roles was under his real name, Walter Forsythe. The second is an interview. Although he doesn't mention it by name, you can determine from context he's talking about Gwen Rootree. An apology to all the ladies. I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. Wouldn't you know, that son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just ribbing. It wasn't his fault. Apparently the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh though. I met someone. She spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife. But even through the tears, she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. I only have eyes for her. Yeah, whore. Ironically, the third is a rumor that his divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. An American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby and visibly pregnant. Not long after, Gwen announced she was divorcing Wild Bill and also that she was pregnant again, giving this rumor more credibility. Fucking bitch ass. What would her children be named? Let's deal with this in a second. Come back here. Let's double check this. An entry entitled Dynasty from Lawrence Roottree's diary, written in 58, focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as the president of the Roottree Candy Company and the meeting to determine his successor. Wish I had been there. A fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Clancy. Granddad was furious. Who's Clancy? Who the fuck is Clancy? Is that her dad? Why does she refer to her dad as Clancy? Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding onto it so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5-piece refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Rootree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Oh, there must be another Clancy! She must have a cousin named Clancy. Oh! Oh, so none of these people are the second generation president, basically. Somebody is an architect, though. Who was an architect? I remember reading about an architect. La 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 la. Something something. The Rootree Estate, I think. Let's see. La 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 la. Here we go. Blood is thicker than water. We're looking up the... It's not her that we need, it's him. Or it's not him, we need her. There we go. No, not you. You're the great-grandmother. Elias Rootree, Anderson Maple. Here we go. Somebody is a... Ow! Oh my god! Thank you for your Prime Gaming! I can't read your name! Oh my god, thank you for your Prime Gaming! Happy 2 months! Welcome back. Thank you so much for your sub. At some point, we read about them expanding the business. Was it in here? Okay. Hold on. Was it in here? Here we go. Elias Rootree Jr. is an architect. This is what we're looking for. Elias Rootree Jr. Name listed on the website in a historical building in Butler County. He is listed alongside an old residence that has been preserved called the Hunched-Top House. You attempt to find more information about the man and the building but come up empty. Wait, I can't find anything about this? What the fuck? Really? Okay, well, we're gonna have to put some pieces together in terms of Elias Rootree Jr. is an architect. We're gonna highlight that. We'll save that information for later. Okay. La 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 la. Create highlight. Type a note. Second president. There we go. Okay. So Clancy is whoever Clancy Jr. is, he's the next what's it called? He's the next president. And I think this guy's name is Elias Roottrees Jr. Yeah, Elias. Okay, cool. Hold on. How's the lobotomy going? It's going good. Thank you for asking. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son of the 5 Ps. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had a very particular view when it came to his bloodline. Oh! Then this guy was not the second president. The second president was this guy named Zach. There we go. He's the second president. I'm not sure how that's relevant, la 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 la. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. And I'm the next oldest of us all. Angie's oldest... Okay, well, hold on. Angie's older than Zach. And I'm the oldest of us all. Okay, Angie's older than Zach. She's the oldest. So I think this is Clancy. Clancy Jr. This would be Angie. Probably Angelica. Yeah, Morden. Wait. Wait. What? Huh? Huh? What? That doesn't make sense. Morden James? Morden Angelica? Did you marry her brother? That's not possible. Wait. Huh? Whatever. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Zach. Wow. Okay, wait. Why is everybody in this family Morden, but this is Cosell? What? Because that makes sense if there's a Zach and an Angie and they share a name. It wouldn't be Wilson. I think I know what the problem is. What's the problem? What do you think the problem? Good for her. She's referring to the whole generation? Okay, but so the reason... Bro. The reason I think she's not talking about her whole generation is because if she was the oldest of the whole generation, she would be over here. But she is confirmed as being right here because the way that this works is that everybody, like, oldest is, like, left to right. Right? So I can't reason her age with the other people. I can only reason the age between the 4 siblings that she's kind of like talking about. And also it's kind of weird to me that this one name would circulate in the family, but it's somebody that she's married to, you know? I don't know. I think I have to come back to this. I think I'm confused. Who's Morden? Whose name is Morden? Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone right now because I think these people belong somewhere here. Let's keep reading this. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back, maybe they wanted to go to the only members of the family who looked like the sample products. The samples? Wait. Maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looked like he samples the products. She just called him a big back. That's crazy. How much you want to bet that this one's Zach? This is Zach. That's crazy. That's insane, bro. She's such a bitch for that. Vampires. Yeah, you know what? Krim, I think you're onto something. Hi, Isa, how are you? I'm doing good. Hi, Owen. Okay, let's see here. So, oh, who's this cutie girl? Whoa. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This one is from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, it says, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth, M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Whoa. I honestly think doing this is like making everything more confusing for me, but I just like the sound that it makes. Carl, 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 we have another photo of you. Tipsy Tater, thank you for the tier 1.
Amazing streams and music. At work, keep being great, y'all.
Thank you so much for your 1 year. I appreciate it. Welcome. Have a good day at work. Okay, I think this is correct. Let's see. Okay. Let's go back here. La la la. Well, I just want to finish this, man. I keep getting distracted on this one. An entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottree's diary written in 1963. From a previous entry, you learn that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife. Elias Roottrea had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time, Lauren writes. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met, after all. Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gen to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including the Miracle Boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. None of us had ever met Sam until Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. This is a highlight. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC, and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on the way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest. Not my brother. Oh, she has a brother. Okay, I think you're right. One of these children is Eli. I don't know which one he is, though. Okay, hold on. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike along the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that it's proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into a family affairs. New York to San Francisco, and everybody's tweaking. The tuning bus is edging, and and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it. Hi, Fifi. I hope you had fun on your stream. I hope you had fun playing Fast Food Simulator. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. My name's Isaa. I am a Crow VTuber. I make music. And I play weird games. I'm playing a game today called The Roottrees Are Dead. It's a detective game. A lot of reading, but it's pretty fun. Welcome in. I hope you had a good time. I played that game yesterday. It was pretty fun. I really like it. I would play it more. I would play it for like 6 hours at a time and not say anything probably. But if you have to go, absolutely no worries. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. If you got to get food or water or just like lay down or use the bathroom, have a good rest of your evening. Welcome, raiders. Hello. We've got some smooth jazz going. It's pretty good. Hold on. Where was I? La. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who worked on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Hi, who are these people? Who are you guys? This was buried under a ton of mail that Carl left in his inbox. It has a handwritten note attached that seems personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for a local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voter is simple. Love is our future. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. Is it the guy in this photo? CM. Who is CM? Interesting. 11 clues from this. I think it'll be from the statement, not from the actual document. Thumbs up. America. You could tell this is America because there's stars and a flag. All right, we'll come back to that. Oh, okay, this is the one I wanted to see. This is the original. Ugh, look at this kid. Why is he so little? And why does that girl look like Lady Gaga? Yes. Okay. So that's... Damn! Dude, look at him! He's so little! Miracle Rootree, the original. Alright, well, that... What was he? What did he do? Well, I think he ends up being a preacher as well. Special appearance from... I think he's also a preacher. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! These 3 entries are correct and have been locked in. Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Booyah! Okay, so this tells me that these 2 pictures of these sisters are not correct. So you are this one, and you are this one. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm so good at this. Lauren. You would be... Jesus. She's from... Which photo is she from? She's from this photo. Which one is Lauren? This one, right? Okay. Blue dress. Really blue eyes. God damn, I see him. This one. Here we go. Oh, this didn't verify. How come that didn't verify? This is the guy, but that's not the husband. Wait. Whoa. Hold on. Jacob! His name is Jacob! I can't read! Jacob Rafferty! Okay, this makes sense now. There we go. My bad. I'm illiterate. happens sometimes. Okay. Alright, that makes a lot more sense. This guy is, advertising. There we go. I'm just trying to fill out the ones that I actually know the answers for, and I didn't finish. She has an auntie, a Margot. A Margot. How many children do we got? Let's see if we can't fill this out a little bit. This one of these two sisters has to be Margot. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. The picture was famous in our house. Pops even had it framed. That's him on the left. Blonde hair, really strong nose. Okay. There we go. That's Pops. Lawyer. There we go. And then... That's him on the left. It was taken in 35 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. just designed. I'm going to assume that Eli Jr. is this kind-looking fellow in the middle because, I don't know. Wait, whose parent are you? Eli. Eli, belly bean. Okay, well, that's Eli. We know that's Eli. Which girl? I don't know which these girls are because we placed these two, and then these girls are... Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Aunt Gwendolyn. Which one was Aunt Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn. There's a Gwendolyn and there's an Eli. One of these is Eli, one of these families is Gwendolyn, and one is Eli. And then Margolite. What a crazy name. Margolite? Maybe that's how you say it? Okay, we'll come back to that. We placed him. If we place one more, we'll get a verification check. So let's look at some more evidence. Let's check our last page here. One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1964. Clark's getting married, and in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18, for God's sakes. And Danielle isn't much older. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pops forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Whoa. Whoa. Then that means Clancy Jr. is this one. Clancy Jr. You are Clancy Jr., and you are... One of these is probably Eli. There's an Eli over here. I don't know if he's Elias C. or... There's multiple Eliases. There's Elias Jr. Oh, I have a feeling it'll be that. Right? No? No. Hold on. No, the Elias Jr. is an architect. We're looking for C or M. I don't know. We'll just put one in for now. We'll put... I don't know. Well, maybe... Maybe Morden is a different family tree. Elias M. Roottree. No, that's a middle name, maybe. Since you lack the picture, it doesn't really matter at the moment. Yeah, you're right. Hi, Dog Hunter. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we had lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Oh. What year was this? 64. Okay. South of Pennsylvania. Okay, so someone had an interracial marriage. That's definitely what's happening. Where am I? Hello? Okay. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Okay, somebody married Edward. Who is Edward? As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob. Hold on, I want to highlight this. Highlight. Okay, we'll come back to that. I've been jamming out to a few of the songs you did on Spotify, helping me pass the drives. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying them. And everybody's freaking New York to San Francisco, and everybody's freaking the touring bus is edgy, and everybody's jorking. So if you like to jork it, get up and start to twerk it. How Ninsa? How do I say your name? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. I hope you had a good stream. My name is Isaa. I am a Crow VTuber. Welcome in, Raiders. If you've got to go, Minx is okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Minx, I hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. If you've got to go after your stream, get some water, get some food, rest, use the bathroom, anything like that, no problem. I hope you had a good time playing Rivals. Thank you so much for the raid. Was good. Hope your stream is going good. I'm having the time of my life. I like this game a lot. I'm playing a game called The Roottrees Are Dead, and it's kind of like a detective game, but you're trying to put together a family tree based off of like paper documents and like only being able to search like a very limited internet. It's really fun. It's really fun. It was like $20. I'm having a good time. All right, let's see. I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying his name. Clark. Who's Clark? Clark. Who the fuck is Clark? Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. Jacob is her husband. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. I see, her son. Okay, yeah. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits in any other family, they'd all end up on the street. Even Clark. Yeah, Clark's a fucking weirdo. We're gonna highlight that. That's a good one. That's a good segment to come back to. All right. Well, we're done with this, so we don't need to spend any more time reading it. We can just reference it. Shiva candle. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with the letter beneath the candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's tradition to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle, identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work that you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over." Ooh. That means somebody named Ernie was the president before him. If he's the 5th president, then Ernie was the 4th president. Save note. And we also know that... Who was the 2nd president? I think I wrote it down somewhere. Zach. Zach was the 2nd president. Okay, we'll save that. All right. Let's see. Can we place any more people? Let's get more evidence. I think these are the sisters. These are the two older Roottree sisters, maybe. Okay. Oh, new. Oh, they'll come back after we place 9 blood relatives. Okay, we can do that. Well, we'll keep trucking along. Ernie Jr. I don't know who any of these people are. I know that this is one of the evangelical guys. This is probably... Miracle Jr. Hey, that guy's... Oh, that's Eli. That's N Eli. Old guy. I appreciate the Miracle branch of the family for being stylistically consistent. I agree. This Roottree Miracle the Third. Okay, he's young, so we should be able to find something about him on the internet. Miracle Roottree Third. What the fuck? Really? Miracle Third. Okay, he's not Roottrie. I forgot they got rid of the last name. Miracle Third. What? Is his name legitimately Miracle Third? Roottree Miracle Third. Miracle Second. What? Am I spelling this wrong? Miracle. Huh. Okay, we'll do this. We'll come back to this. Miracle Roottree Jr. Can we find any other information about this dude? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My computer's possessed. What? Nothing? Huh. Okay. We'll probably have to come back to that. I want to know who his wife is. All right. Let's see who else we can place here. La 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 la. Let's check these children. Katrina Rafferty LaRue. Let's see. Katrina Rafferty. Katrina LaRue. Wow, okay. What's the wife's name? Kim LaRue. I know her name is Nicole, but we don't know what her last name is. See? Nicole? So she's either Smith Nicole or Madison Nicole. Let's check those. Wait. Nicole Smith. Okay, my bad. Typo. Nicole Smith. Nicole Madison. Bruh, really? Hey, Maple. Oh, did I spell that wrong? Madsen. Oh, my bad. All right, well, still got nothing. Do you not have a wife? He should, right? If he's... Is he joined by his wife? World famous Miracle Jr. La 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 la. His wife, Nicole. Summer 96. Not a title. Awesome. Dang. I just want to place one more person. That would be awesome. We would like... Oh, dude, so good. Are there any notables that we did not place? No. So we know more about this side of the family than we do about the other side of the family. Margolite. Let's look her up. Margolite Roottree. No. This guy's an eye patch. Is this him? Sure, maybe. Let's try. Wait. She talks about, he has another son named, Eli, right? La 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 la. Go back one. Miracle's youngest, not my brother. This is youngest. So Eli M. Eli stands for miracle, right? Oh, yeah, it does. It better, or I'm gonna flip my shit. Eli, Miracle's youngest, chimed in. Mini bike. Elias M. What the fuck? Nobody's on the goddamn internet. Miracle Roottrees Jr. Miracle Jr. Clergy Watch. Here we go. Oh, never mind. Edith's sister in disguise. Edith. Edith is a good... Wait. Who defrauded the public? Miracle Jr. is a televangelist. He was exposed. Okay, so it's Edith. Jacobson Edith. Let's see, any information on her? Edith Jacobson. Butler County Times. And an arrest. No way. What was her name? Edith Jacobson. Edith Jacobson. Yes! There's a Crime Blotter article about Edith Jacobson that also mentions a Helen Roottree and a Lucinda Jacobson. In 1971, when she was 18, Edith and her sister Lucinda were arrested for trespassing at the Miracle Congregation Church in Butler County. They were pretending to be church employees in an attempt to get into the room where the church houses their weekly tithings. The church did not press charges. They were caught by Helen Roottree, who was there at the time while her husband Miracle was away preaching. Helen Roottree was quoted as saying, "Jesus forgives, and so do we. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and I am confident he has brought us these young women for a greater purpose." And she married them off to her son. Freak! Okay, we need this. No, we don't, I guess. She's not important, I guess. Helen Lennon. Wow. Okay, so we're looking for Lennon. Nothing! Bruh. Well? I'm stuck. Isa, shouldn't you be somewhere by now? Yes. But I want to find one more person. Oh, 2 N's in the middle. Thank you. Damn it. Helen. Butler County Times. Oh, okay. Miracle Roottrees and his son, who goes exclusively by Miracle Jr., have appeared in Butler County Times a great deal over the years. The Miracle Network, which is a collection of churches, television show, and products that can be purchased, has multiple advertisements in each issue. You do find one article mentioning legal troubles. Unfortunately, it's a throwaway line in an article about a tour they plan to take across the southern United States called the 3 Generations of Miracles Tour. The author speculates that they're going on tour to leave their legal troubles behind. Because of all the advertisements, the results in Butler County Times are not particularly relevant to your search. Any attempt to find more about these legal troubles is thwarted. This is good for us, though. 3 Generations of Miracles. Highlight. And then search. Search. Yes. Wait, this is not good. Damn it. It's not as good as I thought it would be. Fuck, man. I just want to place one more person. Did I get all the notables? I did. Alright, this is no longer useful. Hello? She's cute. Who's she? She kind of doesn't look like the rest of them. Is she like a married in? She's somebody's... Hey! Who are you? What the hell? Eli. There's an Eli back here. And some bitch with a bad bang. That girl has some... her bangs are fucked up. Gwen and the boys. She has 2 sons. Why do I have no mention of her 2 sons? I would like to place the children. Gwen Roottrees, spouse unknown, spouse unknown. Why is this in a little red box? Bruh. Okay. Let's look up James Roottrees. He has a father that we can trace. History. We're looking for Jim or James. Jim and the Diamonds. Okay, let's do this one. Jim Roottrees. La 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 la. He's a recluse. Wait, we have a we have, yeah, this interview. So okay. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted that he spend time with my dad and me. Who is your dad? My father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung all over the walls. I guess Clark was paying more attention. All right, Clark. Buddy, Clark. Do you ever give an interview? What's his name? I'm trying to figure out what your fucking dad's name was. Rafferty Clark. Buh. Clark. It's like Raffer or something. Clark Rafferty. Raffertoons. Can I find this? Search. No. Okay. What if I just search his last name? Nope. Okay. Bro, I want to hit my head against the wall. This is crazy. What was her name? Wait. Sorry. She mentions that he's getting married. He's getting married to... La. Elias. What? Okay. Clark. Okay. Danielle. Danielle. Franks. Okay. Let's try her. Nope. Alright, perfect. Can't find shit on her. We placed her, though. That was pretty cool. I wanted to do that. Oh my goodness. What if we try something dastardly? So, we know that this guy's name was Elias Jr. and that he was an architect. And I don't know which place he belongs in, but he definitely belongs there! Let's go! I was just gonna put all of his information into either the left or the center left one and see if he popped up. Yes! Uh-huh. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Booyah!
You're listening to
Whoa!
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour.
On the 45.
It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's
WRTD News. Well, let's search online. WRTD. During the interview, it was revealed that there wasn't a break-in. Investigative jazz. Okay. Someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to a recent storm. This means that there was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, goes on to posit that the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say that they have it in their possession. A comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottree curse being real." True thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it. Whoa. No, I don't think so. Unless I can flip the thingy around. Is there any crazy... Hey, there's a guy in the back! You think that's Sam? This really looks like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Okay. So... You heard something odd on the WRTD radio. The photo you were given may have been stolen from Carl's office. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD to find more. Okay, we're gonna need to cease it here. I didn't steal it. The lady who hired me and doesn't show her face and just shows up in my doorway might have stolen it. However, we do need to wrap up here for today. Because I have to go to Chinese New Year's dinner with my family. We will be playing this game tomorrow. I believe... What time does stream start tomorrow? Stream is starting tomorrow at... 1 p.m. PST. So if you want 5 hours of me playing this game, tomorrow, 1 p.m. PST, we'll hang out then. If you play it later, don't spoil it, Taruan. I know you know better than that, but have fun with it. Yeah, I want to try out Obra Dinn later down the line, but this one was just like calling to me. I had to try it out. Okay. I'm gonna take you guys over to Uzu because she's still doing her birthday subathon. But I gotta go get ready for my dinner. I gotta put my makeup on and do my bangs. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Here's our raid message. I like Obra Dinn because there's a boat. Classic. Here's our raid message. Here are my socials. Please check them out if you're not already. I have a Twitter. I post a lot of stuff on there. And then I have a YouTube. I actually have another YouTube. And you can check both of them out and subscribe to me. And it would be really, really helpful. And something very cool that I can tell you about is that Disturbia has been submitted to streaming services and should come out soon. TM. Okay? So follow my Spotify as well. Other than that, join our community Discord if you'd like. I post schedules in there, pings when I go live, and then pings about other content. And then we also just hang out in there like once or twice a week. And there's always community members chilling in there. So please come by. Have a good rest of your day. I don't know what I was trying to say. Have a good rest of your day. We will continue this tomorrow. I'm very excited to continue playing this. I will see you guys later, okay? Have a good day. Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year. Bye.